Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loads 15, where I'll be giving you my horse racing predictions for tomorrow's horse race in action. If you're brand new to the channel, what I do is I make a daily Lucky 15 for horse racing every day. Some of the bets come in, some of them don't. We've been in reasonable form recently, had a couple of trebles in the last week or so, and we had a double yesterday, so not in bad form. But unfortunately, we had the luck not on our side with us today. We had some really good races in the fact that our horses were involved and were only just beaten in most cases today, which I'll just run through now. We had Dream Serenade, which ran at Yarmouth, which was in the lead towards the end of the race, but it just got pipped by Johnny Egan on Gracious Lady, which finally won a race. That horse was a maiden, so that was a bit disappointing to lose to that horse. We also had Royal Regent Air that travelled reasonably well and did hit the front, 2 furlongs to go, and was holding on really towards the end for the lead, but again it was ahead of most of its rivals and only just got pipped to come home in 3rd place. It was pretty much a three-way finish at the line, but Royal Regent just didn't get up for us today. We also had Polly's Pursuit, who looked a nice prospect on hurdles. Second there, only got beaten half a length. That was a bit of a disappointing one there because I really fancied that horse, but got beaten by a horse called Irish Row, who is another one probably to keep in the memory bank for future races. It had been pretty useful in bumpers, and you could really tell that because even though it wasn't one of the front travelling horses, it came around nicely in the home turn and showed a good turn of pace. Its hurdling was okay, and it just managed to hold off Polly's Pursuit. And we just had Laerdis run at Savile, which, to be fair, Dickie Johnson did give him not a bad ride. He was always front running, setting the pace from the off, but he just found one or two too good, and he managed to come home in 4th place. But to be fair, he wasn't beaten by a million miles. So all in all, no winners today, but we selected horses that ran reasonable enough and had a chance at least of winning. And if we're going to be losing, well, we must try and keep picking horses that at least run well. So all in all, not a bad day. But I'm going to be making some predictions for tomorrow's horse race in action, which has got some good races going on tomorrow, some good cards on with some good quality horses. Probably the standout meeting of the days at Goodwood, which will be featuring a couple of races there. But the first race I'm going to tomorrow sees us go to Warwick for the afternoon jumps in the 2:45, and the horse that I've selected here is a horse called Excellent Team, which is for the red hot inform Harry and Dan Skelton combination, the brothers. They're both top of the jockey and trainer stand-ins in National Hunt at the moment. And this horse, Excellent Team, I'm hoping will continue that run going. This horse, last time we saw it, was about a week or so ago, where it ran at Ludlow and just got pipped back into 2nd place. Got beaten by about a length to up-and-coming improver, but it ran a reasonable race, and it has been running reasonably well as well. Its last few races, it's always been in the mix or thereabouts. And I'm backing this horse tomorrow, currently around about 9-4 at the moment. I think as well, like the trip to Warwick, where it's more of a speed track, and I think this horse likes these kind of sharper, more galloping speed tracks. And the Skeltons as well also have a reasonable record at this track. And even though it's possibly a tight little race to work out, I definitely think Excellent Team's got to be in the frame tomorrow. And also as well, the Skeltons do have a fair few runners tomorrow that have got reasonable chances, but I thought this was the best option at Warwick for them tomorrow, and that's who I'm going for, their Excellent Team. The next race we're going to tomorrow sees us go to the big race meeting of the day at Goodwood in the 3:45, and the horse that I've gone for here is a horse called Eldritch, which is one of our favourite combinations here on the channel. Frankie Dettori and John Gosden teaming up for this one, currently around 4-1 in the market. And this horse is 2 wins from 2 starts, so that looks encouraging there. This horse ran at Doncaster a few weeks ago on its seasonal reappearance, and even though it ran pretty green, it managed to run on well and finish well, and won by a couple of lengths in hand. Now this horse has got one or two market rivals. Its main rival is the Godolphin runner, which its name escapes me, but that's going to be ridden by William Buick, who's in great form. So it really looks a match between these two horses, but I think Eldritch is open to a lot more improvement, and around about 4-1 with bookmakers at the moment. Definitely think he has a chance. It won at Doncaster, which the form is normally good, strong form, and also it won at Haydock in its other race towards the end of last year, so it's built on that. I definitely think the only way this horse can go is up and on the improvement, and I definitely think he is the value in the race tomorrow compared to the Godolphin horse, so that's who I'm going to be going for there. Eldritch as our second selection. The next race we go to is probably the best race on paper of the day, which is still at Goodwood in the 420. It's going to be a good race, hopefully, between two Frankel prodigies, between Ice Spire and Mori, who we have both backed on different days on the channel here before, which both actually haven't come in for us. The first one, Mori, we backed at Newbury, where it made its racecourse debut about a month ago, and it finished 5th then, but it's since followed up with an Ascot win. And we also tipped Ice Spire, which was Frankie Dettori and John Gosden, and that just got pipped on the line into second place on its seasonal reappearance. But the horse that I've chosen to go for here is going to be Mori out of the two Frankel horses. I think Mori's got the better value in the race tomorrow. Currently around 5-2 bookmakers at the moment. I think it ran and it learnt really well from Newbury to win at Ascot last time. I was impressed by that Ascot performance. It's a St Michael's stout horse, and it's got Ryan Moore on board tomorrow, who's been a bit open to criticism of late. He's in the last week or so, his riding has come under real scrutiny, but I'm hoping he can put that to bed, because he's been accused of maybe not trying enough, or he hasn't given the horse a good enough chance to go and win the race. But I'm hoping he will come aboard Mori tomorrow with a winner. It's probably going to be between him and Ice Spire, but I think that this horse has got more room in the long term for improvement. So that's who I'm going for there, Mori in the 420 at Goodwood. The last selection in our Lucky 15 tomorrow sees us go to Sandown for the evening meeting, which is another good horse racing meeting tomorrow. A lot of these boys racing at Goodwood will be going up to Sandown, the likes of Frankie Dettori and Ryan Moore, for the evening flat racing action. But the horse that I'm going for will run in the last race there in the 840, and the horse I'm going for is a horse called Midhmaar, which is Owen Burrows and champion jockey Jim Crowley aboard. Now this horse ran at Nottingham for its seasonal reappearance, where it finished 4th. Behind a horse called George William that won that race, and that horse, George William, has gone on to run some reasonably solid races, and he's had another win, I think, possibly, and he's had some decent place efforts and some really tight, good competitive races, and was only just beaten in that race. And I think this horse has got a feasible mark tomorrow, and I'm thinking that he probably could be featuring in the frame, definitely in the race, and hopefully Jim Crowley, who's been riding reasonably well of late, can come home for us. Horse is currently priced around 13-2 with bookmakers at the moment. That's what I got him at, and that's who I'm going for tomorrow in the last race at Sandown. But if you've got any selections for tomorrow's horse racing action, if you are going to look in that race tomorrow between Ice Spire and Mori, who are you going for? Let us know in the comments box below. Also, if you've got any tips for tomorrow, any bets you fancy doing, leave them in the comments box below as well. Gamble responsibly, and I'll see you soon.